So when you're in Thailand and you make your way down to Pattaya, the city has lots of things to do, glitz, lots of party things, food, shows, all that. You can also find some really cool cultural areas here as well. So the temple behind me is the Sanctuary of Truth. Now this is an entirely wooden constructed temple. All the carvings, all of the construction, the wood, everything has been built since 1981, completely in wood. In fact, it's still under construction now. Because the museum is still under construction, you're required to put your helmet on. Good to be safe. You never know when a big hunk of wood's going to fall down from the ceiling. As you can see, the entire structure is made of wood, and they're not quite sure when it'll ever be done, if it'll ever be done, because parts will need to continuously be replaced because the nature of wood, obviously. But it's situated along this area right on the water, which makes it just the most beautiful area. I recommend getting here early as you can because the crowds get pretty busy, and it also gets pretty unbearably hot. Inside the temple, it's a little bit cooler, but it's still, incredibly warm. So you want to sort of mitigate the heat and the number of people by getting here early. Of course, this is Thailand's previous king. His son is now king. He is credited with, well, first of all, the Thai people love him. He's credited mostly with instilling the virtues of self-sufficiency within the people. You should be as self-sufficient as possible, save money, that kind of thing. A beloved previous king of Thailand. There's a number of stories that are told in these columns. They all sort of generate out from the center of this area. This area basically, so this area represents the space in between the place we live. This is also the representation of Buddha in the center. And basically how we're born with nothing and then we leave with nothing. And then each of the columns that surround the center area represent society, and within pictures it's depicted the positive and the negative nature of society. And basically what this symbolizes is that we want to build a society that's close to the ideas of the Buddha as possible, and reject some of the other parts of society that are less holistic. So, this one in particular, I think, is talking about how, beating your children is bad, and some of them, depict drinking excessively as being bad, or not having equality within the society, having rich and poor. So the Sanctuary of Truth entrance fee is about 500 baht. I think it's different if you're a Thai citizen, but it's 500 baht, and that includes a tour that you can get in a couple different languages. I think Chinese, English, and maybe another. I had a kind of a weird experience here. I took a taxi to get here, and the taxi driver wanted to go to the ticket office with me and buy my ticket for me, which probably, it just felt like maybe he was doing that in order to get a tip for doing that. You don't need any help. You just walk up to the ticket window. Everybody at the ticket window will speak a little bit of English and Thai, so you don't really need any assistance from your cab driver. I'm not exactly sure. It could have just been that, Thai people like to be helpful. But I politely declined and just went to the window and got the ticket myself. So I think tours happen about once every hour. The tour is about, I think maybe 40 minutes long or so, full of really good information. And then at the end of the tour, they'll allow you to just sort of walk the grounds for as long as you want. So it's good to get the tour out of the way. Then you have some sort of sense of the orientation of the building and how to navigate it, and then you can sort of go back and take the pictures that you want of your favorite things and revisit the areas. The tour guide also will make a note of some of the better places to take pictures. So that's always good if you want to, you know, memorialize some of your memories there. It's a really fascinating place. You know, you'll notice there's several different colors of wood in here. Some are gray, some are green, some are brown. The brown ones tend to be the newer construction. The gray, obviously, you can tell has been here for a while. And so those will be, you know, eventually that will be replaced by new materials. So in a sense, you know, this temple will always be changing. You know, all of the statues, carvings are done by hand, just a little bit off the temple site. You actually go through it in your tour. You'll see all the people carving the current content and structural pieces for the building. So yeah, really pretty interesting. Definitely worth your time to pop in and check it out. Again, yeah, get here early to avoid the crowds and the heat. But yeah, it's pretty fantastic.